So Atomic Blonde, this really does look fucking amazing. I mean, this looks like a badass. I heard about the project, and I knew you were behind it, and I was like, man, really want to see what he does with this. But I was nowhere near prepared when the trailer hit. So, I mean, it looks amazing, and I need to know, like, what brought you to Charlize Theron? Like, why her for this role?
Well, she was already attached to the property. When I read this, and look, I wanted to work with, I wanted to find someone to work with, and I wanted to find an experienced actor to work with and grow as a director and sort of like, spread my wings. And they had the script, I read it, I responded. It was sort of noirish at the beginning. It's, it's based on the graphic novel, which I loved. But when I started to infuse it with the world of Berlin, that's when I got really excited. And when I pitched it to Charlize, that I wanted to sort of make it a punk rock spy thriller with a lot of music and color and like find a world of '89 Berlin and make it come alive, her eyes lit up and she's like, let's do this. So yeah, it was just, you find projects and then they speak to you and you're like, I have a vision for this, let's go. And you go with confidence.
Awesome. Now, you also have kind of like a very unconventional relationship in this with Sofia Boutella and with her. Yeah. Normally you see like James Bond, he's romancing the girl. Here you have the girl romancing the girl, which is totally different and really cool to see. Like, what was that always the intent, or did that something come along later on that you guys developed or decided?
Well, it was always the intent that we wouldn't treat her any differently than we would treat James Bond or any other spy in the spy universe, because she's a female. And so we weren't necessarily trying to be provocative at all. It was just more like, this is what you would do. And in a time and place, it may seem provocative, but for us, it felt like they're authentic to the character.
Awesome. I have to ask you a Deadpool question. We're all excited for Deadpool, obviously. I mean, when Tim Miller originally left, we actually on our podcast, they were like, well, who do you think should come in? I said, the John Wick guys. And then the next week, you were hired, and I was like, I told you, there's no way they couldn't think that. So cool. I mean, it's really great that you are involved with this project. I have every faith that it's just going to be amazing. The casting is coming together, and I just have to ask, I know you can't really necessarily confirm or deny, but the rumor of Michael Shannon coming in potentially as Cable, being the front runner. I'm just curious what you think of Michael Shannon potentially in the role of Cable.
No, I think Michael Shannon, that name speaks for itself. He's an incredible actor, and he can accomplish anything. And I'm passionate about him as an actor. And look, he would make an incredible Cable. And if that happens, I would be through the roof that I get to work with another incredible actor. I can't say that it's going to happen because we're looking at the list is what the list is. But I have nothing but great things to say about him, and I'm a huge, huge fan.
Hey guys, I'm standing here with Stefan Kapicic from Deadpool, and also Deadpool 2, and we're going to chat with him here and find out what he's up to and kind of what he's done since then and kind of his experience with Deadpool. So, Stefan, thanks for joining us. Tell me, how did you get involved in Deadpool? Like, how did you land this role?
Well, it was like a normal process. Well, first of all, I was going for a movie called Wham! Everything was top secret like it is always, so I was just doing my self-taping, and I was in Europe doing a theater performance. I was sending it to Fox, so I went to from the first to second call, third call, and then they flew me in Los Angeles. Then I came, I found out it's Deadpool, and I'm going for Colossus, and that was the dream come true. I met with Tim Miller, and so my specific accent, which is Slavic, and Tim wanted Colossus to be genuine, to have not American accent, so to have a normal, genuine Slavic accent, so it kind of worked. So thank God for that, and thank comic fans for that. So I'm here again, and I will be for a long time. I hope so.
What was your exposure to Colossus before this? Like, were you familiar with the character beforehand, or before you got involved in the film?
I love to say that, but I am a huge comic book fan, a geek, a nerd, and I'm proud of that. And so one of my favorite comics is Wolverine. I started with him, and with X-Men long time ago now. So, for me as a fan, plus, this is, I cannot describe, what it means to me. And, for, especially on the other side, for my country, for the rest of the world, for Eastern Europe on the other side, it's, I'm portraying the original Colossus.
Yeah, the most accurate one to date.
Thank you for that. Yeah,
without question.
Thank Tim Miller for that, Ryan and Fox, because without them, we couldn't make such a real-time Colossus.
Yeah, and he's amazing. I mean, I think that was one of the best takeaways. I mean, Deadpool is amazing, of course, but Colossus as well. Without Colossus, I don't know that it's the same film. So.
Well, thank God for that, and especially because fans love Colossus so much, you will see a bright future for Colossus in the future movies and the franchises.
And so speaking of future movies, Deadpool 2 now in production. You are returning as Colossus. What can you tell us about that experience so far? I know you can't say much, but
I can't say generally. That's one of the questions that I'm trying to avoid in this Comic-Con, which is really hard. But the only thing that I can say is that, as Josh Brolin said and T.J. Miller, is going to be funny as hell. It's worth waiting. I know people want to know many things about it, but trust me, it's worth waiting. Every second that you wait is going to be, awarded, because Fox is doing an amazing job with this. The cast is brilliant. David Leitch is an amazing director. So there is no, miss moment. Everything is going as perfect, and it's just like in 10 months from now, like maybe even the 1st of June is the premiere.
Yeah. I mean, it's very close. So, I mean, now you're working with David Leitch. What is that like, in comparison? I mean, he brings, kind of a different energy to...
The thing is, you can never compare directors, because they're, it's something that you cannot compare. Every person has his own vision, his own way of working. So you can just see what these guys did before, and you can see their movies. So, why are they on this position right now? Because when you see John Wick, when you see Atomic Blonde, you can see that David Leitch is a hell of a director. He's an amazing director. So I think he's a great addition to Deadpool franchise. Tim Miller was amazing. He was a visionary, and he did Deadpool, the first part, as an amazing movie. Well, we broke all the records, and we became, huge shock for everyone. So, every director is doing something of his own statement and his own stamp. So we'll see, and I know this is going to be amazing.
Awesome. Hey, Stefan, thank you so much for joining us. This is Stefan Kapicic. This is Colossus.
I would just say 4 or 5 moments. That's all it takes. Be a hero.
So awesome. All right, we are here at Comic-Con, and right now we're in the Deadpool Dream Suite. And I am sitting here with Deadpool's daddy, Rob Liefeld, and I'm very excited. It's always fun to talk to Rob. And actually, on this interview, because every time I talk to Rob,
this is true,
on the phone, he'll say that he's just sitting there drawing. So actually, Rob is going to do a sketch for us while we're talking. So I just want Rob to be comfortable.
I love it. It's our stunt interview. This is stunt interviewing. I'm performing while interviewing. I love it. Thanks for having me. Is this Dream Suite not amazing?
It is.
I'm not leaving afterwards, so I don't know what you're doing.
No, I think we should stay. We should just move in.
Amazing.
So Rob,
Yes.
what you were saying earlier, you say when you come to Comic-Con, you got to go all in, and you are here like every year signing and just. I mean, you are pimping Deadpool like crazy.
Hey,
so.
that's my life. I mean, come on, dude. 32 years in the business. 32 years in the business, and I've watched this show just change from the original convention center to this behemoth. There wasn't always Hall H. When it first opened, it was A, B, C, D,
right.
And they added on every year and extra halls. And I mean, it's become just amazing. And I dig it. And the great thing is, my kids got into it when they were very young, and they completely dig it. So I get to see it. From both sides, but obviously, dude, the Deadpool of it all makes it crazy fun. I mean, look, and stuff like, I thought I knew everything that was going on down here until my phone blew up yesterday afternoon or yesterday morning with the toilet seat covers that they're doing that are on all the bathrooms, and people are stealing them. And I'm like, they had to know that. Fox had to know that. Fox had to know people were going to steal them and put them. I mean, huge buzz. And you go, the ride it's out of control. It's art. And then have you seen? They made a Deadpool robot. He dances.
Yeah,
and
the Deadpool robot is out on the floor.
It's Chuck E. Cheese meets Deadpool. I'm sitting there going, this is insane. So I mean, how is it not like the most fun, right? I mean, and look, I'm experiencing it on one end, but I'm like with the people, like the security guards, like, you have to be on the carpet to watch the animatronic robot and all that. So you're like, I'm like sitting there with like 200 people in a space that holds 80, and everyone's watching Deadpool sing Dolly Parton. I mean, so I'm not alone. Everyone's freaking out. It's great.
So let me ask you this: when you walk out on the floor, because you've become a very recognizable person in not just in the industry itself, but now like connected to the film and
Do you get swamped walking around the Comic-Con floor? Like, did people like recognize you and run over to you?
More so, you know, look, I blame Ryan Reynolds. It's 100% him. It's 100% him. Deadpool was super duper popular before the film. I tell people, since he hit huge, Marvel will tell you this, he sold a ton of comics, had, you know, not every character can carry 4 series a month, I mean, 1 a week, blah, blah, blah. But I've told this to everybody, and Ryan himself, global, worldwide phenomenon was not something I had experienced until he put on the suit and became Deadpool. And now, you know, no, did 75-year-old ladies, lovely 75-year-old ladies, pull me aside and say, I just want to tell you how much I love Deadpool. Can I get a picture? I'm like, okay, totally weird, but awesome, right? And I'm like, is that because of the B. Arthur, the Golden Girls? No, I mean, they love it. They love it. So no, look, yeah, there's definitely more recognizability, but I mean, that is the power of a giant, of 2 giant hit films. I mean, those movies are massive hits around the world. And again, like I said, that's Ryan and the crew. I mean, 2 movies. Paul, I'm going to tell you something right now. I've told everybody, I was sweating Deadpool 2 like you wouldn't believe. Because Deadpool 2, 1 was so great, right?
Yeah.
And Paul,
it's a lot to live up to.
It
really
is. It is. And so, you know, the thing is, Ryan is super talented. And if Deadpool 2 had failed, he's going to work the rest of his life. You know, he's super talented. He's really ridiculously accomplished. But if Deadpool 2 fails, you know, this industry would say that was a fluke. Deadpool was just a fluke. Yeah. Everyone's so dismissive. To land the plane twice, to stick the landing, is very difficult. And the fact that they have is nothing short of phenomenal. When I was on the set for the second movie, and I would be walking around like, oh my god, looks like crap. Josh looks so awesome as Cable. I can't get out of him right now. And oh my gosh, Zazie is so amazing as Domino. And of course, you know, Ryan's doing his thing, and David Leitch is, you know, doing these tremendous set pieces. And at that point, I knew it's good. We're good. Just can we get the movie out fast? Because I knew people would love it. I mean, it's such a great follow up. But I mean, look, that is what you're saying is that's a result of making such a gigantic movie that just connects with people. And the weird thing is, like I said, Deadpool has a really large demographic. Part of it is because it's the R rating that makes it more adult. But you know, it already has kids. You know how many kids have told me, oh, my parents won't let me see it. But I'm like, hey kids, come to my hotel room. Deadpool 2 is on demand. Like I'm turning on the TV yesterday. I'm like, oh, there's Deadpool 2. You know, I mean, it's now in your hotel room, kids. So maybe tell mom and dad to go to the hotel, and they go to the pool, and you watch Deadpool 2.
My 8-year-old, there's no way. I mean, I'd ask anybody. I was like, you tell him he can't go see it. See what happens.
That's right.
I mean, there was no way he was going to miss it. I mean, and he loved it. He loved the first one too. And it's, but you know, I think for Deadpool, like in terms of like the graphicness and all that other stuff.
Sure.
The thing is, it's really not anywhere near as bad as what you would get in a video game. You know, when you have kids playing video games, it's their culture. So
no, look, here's the deal. The thing is, you know how many people stand in my like when I do all these shows, and the dads come up with the 3 kids, and if I had a dime for every time, oh Rob, you know, I hope you don't mind. Why would I don't care. Okay, first of all, I don't mind, but you know, I took the kids. 9, 8, they love it. They love it. I'm like, dude, I get it. Paul, here's the deal. Wait, okay, don't tell. Yeah, that's right. But when you and I grew up, every movie was R. Everything Schwarzenegger starred in was R. Terminator, Predator, everything Bruce Willis.
My grandparents took me to see RoboCop.
Yeah,
my grandparents.
That's it. Every entertainment when we were kids was all R-rated. Die Hard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, they're all R. You know, like you said, Terminator, RoboCop, all the stuff that we grew up with was all. If Schwarzenegger, Stallone, all the stars of that age were in it, it was R-rated. PG-13 is this family film, family friendly thing, and I think honestly it's why Deadpool it appeals because it's a different flavor. It's a flavor you don't get anywhere else. It's completely unique to the franchise.
Yeah, I mean it goes against the grain, and everything is PG-13 now. Like I mean every single thing. Yes. And actually we were talking about this on our podcast before. Was that. You know, like The Rock has like all these movies come out. We love The Rock, but it's like they're all like PG-13 and they're all like, dare I say, a little bit safe. Right. Whereas you get something like Deadpool that can actually take some risks and kind of get out there and do the things and go against the grain of like what all the other superhero films are doing. So
you won't get an argument from me. I mean, I could not be obviously happier. The character's always been, you know, on the edge, and the R rating is just perfect. It fits the material, it fits the humor, it helps it stand out.
So here at Comic-Con, they're debuting the ultimate cut, the super duper cut.
Yes.
what do you know about that? Have you seen any of it?
Okay, so check this out. So when David Leitch, the director of Deadpool 2, was kind enough to show me the original film back in like February. So I'm watching the film with David Leitch, and I'm just geeking out, and I love it, and I think this movie is perfect. But in my mind, I'm like, it's missing this, and this. So I said to him, I said, David, what happened to the bathhouse scene? And at that, the screening that he took me to, it was just in his theater. When he showed it to me, it had none of the bathhouse. It was all gone. And let me tell you something. That bathhouse is a very extended scene. It's got a lot of killer action, the stuff that David does so well. But there's also 2 laugh out loud bits that obviously weren't in the film.
Right.
So I am going to venture a guess that is in its complete form.
Nice.
And because David said, I think we're going to find a place for it. He told me. He goes, we liked the way the film ran at a certain, it feels like the pace is a certain way. And that's the thing I love about both Deadpool films. They don't stay too long at the dance. They entertain you, and honestly, I truly believe they leave you wanting for more.
Yeah.
They leave you wanting for more. Or some movies, honestly, in today's world, and I've seen a lot of them, I'm like, can this be over? If I look at my watch, it's a bad thing.
Yeah, anytime you're looking at your watch
Yeah.
or reaching for your phone, I think you're in bad territory.
No,
right
but
there.
I think the super duper cut is going to be. I'm gonna venture a guess that people are gonna flip out. They're absolutely flip out.
So we actually talked about Deadpool here before
Yes.
it came out.
Yes.
And we were kind of theorizing where it was going to go, and obviously it was huge. Deadpool 2 is now huge.
Yeah.
We know that X-Force is coming. We know that X-Force is on the way. We actually talked to Drew
Yes.
a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And he said it's still very in the early stages.
Yes.
But I'm going to venture a guess here.
Yeah.
That Deadpool 3 is something that will certainly happen at some point.
How does it? Okay, so check this out. I don't mean to be like a crazy person, but I obsess over this stuff. So the other day I was like, hey, I want to add up and see how Deadpool did, and then God bless Box Office Mojo. I can surf that. I can surf that bad boy all day long, and I put it up on a post that if you take Captain America 1 and 2 and Iron Man 1 and 2, shocking. And Thor 1 and 2, they don't make anywhere near the first 2 Deadpools, and they're PG-13 family friendly movies. You can also, I'm safe to say at this point, Ant-Man 1 and 2. So I don't know how Deadpool does not enter into another 3 to 4 movies. I'm sorry, Paul, Deadpool 3. Look, like you said, we're getting ahead of it. I know X-Force is right in view.
Yes.
That's the next on the docket. They've been very upfront with that. I don't know that you can, get a better voice on this movie than Drew Goddard.
Yeah.
I can tell you, I don't think I'm breaking anybody's, I don't think I'm not breaking trust. I was hanging out with Mr. Josh Brolin late spring, right before Deadpool 2 came out, and he told me how much he loves playing Cable, just loves, and then he said, Rob, Drew Goddard has some great stuff cooked up. I really like where my character goes and what I'm doing and the stuff we're talking about. And this is Josh Brolin of 100 Roles.
Yeah.
The guy is accomplished, has been acting for his whole life, and he was very excited about X-Force. And here's the thing: I don't cross that lexicon. I then don't dig. He's told me all he can.
Yeah.
Sorry to the fans who go, but Rob, what else? No, I respect
tell us everything.
He told me he's excited. Having created Cable, I kind of know the material, so I know maybe what they'll grab from. So I know that there's really great stuff to pull from. But I think more. I'm going to tell you that the revelation of Deadpool 2 for me. I loved her when she was cast, but the absolute revelation was Zazie Beetz. She steals the movie. She steals the movie. I think Ryan and Josh would both tell you she steals the movie. And so I think getting more of Domino, of Zazie as Domino, is going to just thrill audiences because I think she blew people away. She's fantastic. The chemistry of the cast. I'm going to tell you, Paul, I get goosebumps. Yes, I'm a nerd. I create all these characters, but I sit there and I get kind of verklempt at the end when Pat Benatar plays and they're all walking towards you, the team, the hero shot. I'm like, yeah, they're together. This is X-Force. This is awesome. So and look, everybody. People have been generous. I have been to Virginia. I have been to Orlando. I have been to I have been to Dallas. I've been to Calgary. I have done the convention circuit. I've been to Vegas since Deadpool opened. Everybody leads with, Rob, Deadpool 2 is better. I liked it better than 1. I liked it better than 1. I can't believe how much more I like. That's and you know fans.
Yeah.
If they don't like it, they enjoy informing you.
They'll
man.
let you know.
Yeah, they'll let me. So like, it was just great to experience how much people have really enjoyed. You know, I mean, it's only been out literally like 8 weeks. Like, but it's had a great impact. And again, when you look at the summer and everything that's going on this summer, it's really performed ridiculously well. There's nothing else, especially in the adult category, that is doing what it's doing. So it's great.
So for characters that you've created that still haven't made their way yet,
Yeah.
I'm personally curious.
Yes.
Are we gonna see Strife? I mean, how badass would it be to see Strife,
Dude,
make his way and
how do
have
you-
Josh playing both roles?
Okay,
I mean, that would just be
we
amazing.
should say that we're totally in the speculation category right now.
We are
because,
speculating. We
you
do not know.
Yes,
Rob
yes,
knows nothing.
I
We're
know
just
not-
talking.
We're
We're
totally
nerds talking.
speculating. But come on. How do you not? That is the key. Okay, so when I met Robert Kirkman, who created The Walking Dead, when I met Jeff Johns, Uber, DC, Green Lantern talent, both those guys, and this was the first time I was like, oh, I'm much older than them. They would tell me 10 years ago, 12 years ago, Rob, at New Mutants 100, the last page, dude, that my childhood, I dropped the comic in the store, and I'm like, oh my gosh, both guys.
It's a huge moment.
Terrific authors of our time are like, Rob, when you did that in New Mutants 100, and this pertains to Cable and Strife, I was like, awesome, because I knew at the time, even my editors were like, why didn't you tell us about this? I'm like, I got to keep some stuff. Like, you know, I was very competitive.
I don't think anybody could have called that though. It's a very-
dude, and I knew it from the day Strife. You know, I mean, so we're I'm with you. How do you not maximize that on film? Because again, that sets. Look, no one's doing that in that space. There's nothing over in the Marvel space, the Marvel Disney space that has that character arc. So I would really hope that they explore that. You know,
and potentially another great villain role for Brolin. I mean,
it would be great. You're killing me. I can go into speculation mode, but I have to kind of maintain my professional veneer. Yes, Paul, that would be great.
that would be wonderful
Yes.
if we could just see that.
Yes,
on
yes.
screen.
You know what? I got chewed out by somebody involved with the Deadpool cartoon recently because I said nice things about it, and because people are crazy and they've got thin skin, and so I've learned. And I said, well, what did you want me to say? And he said, you should have said, I don't know. And I'm like, so now we're speculating, and I'm going to say, I don't know. Paul?
Rob doesn't know
Yep,
officially.
yep.
That is the official breakdown.
No,
Rob does not
but the
know.
role is there to chew on.
Yeah.
If
I
they
mean,
choose
even
to go
just
that
pure
way.
speculation to have Brolin playing both Cable and
Yep.
Strife, good guy and villain at the same time would just be bad.
I don't know why you hire him otherwise, but that's my 2 cents.
Awesome, Rob. It is always a true pleasure talking to you. It's just
Thank
a
you for having me,
blast.
sir. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
You're the real deal. You know your comics. This guy knows his comics. I know
I
Paul.
absolutely-
He knows his comics.
30 plus years. I buy floppies every week.
There you go,
I
there
do
you go.
miss a few weeks here and there. Usually it's because I'm working, but I love comics. Just plain.
You're
and
the real
simple.
deal, dude. It's been a pleasure.
And so, speaking of comics, Rob has been sketching away this whole time, and we are now going to reveal, as soon as he is ready, we're going to show you what he's done. And this is really pretty badass. As a kid that's grown up, I was buying X-Force #1, like 5 copies when they came out.
Thank you. And Marvel
And
thanks you.
all
We
the
all
New
thank you.
Mutants and everything else. And also, my favorite, Marvel is bringing back the What If series, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
great.
my first Rob Liefeld comic where I really noticed him was the What If Wolverine was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
One of my
That
favorite
is like
comics.
still one of my favorite comics.
You should get it.
It-
What if
it is
Wolverine was an
amazing.
Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. is one of my best. But I'm going to tell you something. We are
I
not
love that.
maximizing the fact that we are in the Deadpool suite.
We are in the Deadpool
And I'm going to
suite.
tell you right now, it's amazing. When you they have recreated Blind Owl's house,
It's-
and it is nothing short of amazing. And it's so you know, even my wife's like, Rob, how are you feeling? Because you know, right before the movie, they did a pop-up bar. They did
Yeah.
Sister Mary's in
Yep.
Los Angeles and New York, and they had me over, and I'm walking around going, yeah, I'm in a Deadpool bar. I'm in a traveling Deadpool bar. That is a real. It was a functioning bar, and it had pool tables, and it had dartboards, and then you know, I'm at the Deadpool premiere, and I'm seeing Ryan and Zazie, and then I see the movie for like the umpteenth time, but it never gets old. But no, this year it's gonna be tough. I turned 50 this year, so it's gonna be tough to top my 50th. You
Oh,
know,
man.
This was just an amazing year, and to cap it off at Comic-Con, sitting in Blind Owl's Deadpool suite is talking to you is surreal. It's crazy.
It's
It's
amazing.
crazy.
It really is amazing. Again, Rob, thank you so much. Here's Rob's awesome sketch. Check that out. Super badass.
I love talking to you guys.
A Rob Liefeld
Joe Blow's my fave.
Deadpool sketch. How badass is that?
Dude, there you go. Thank you so much.
Dude, you're the man. Thank you so much, Rob.
bet. Have a good
Thanks
time.
for having
Have
us.
a good con. You bet.
I know you're going to make a lot of people happy just seeing you around and signing
Love it.
books and doing the thing, man. So it's great, man. Just keep doing your thing.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
All right. Good man.